away for any response. God forbid if anything happens today, there is no response that could be expected from the police around there. So my request to the chair is that through the speaker is that next time when that leasing process of the vehicles for security purposes is availed, stations such as Bengal and far-flung areas where the constituency is very vast should be considered and given a priority going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Tombo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You've heard the concerns of
I
them.
did.
So look at them and appraise him on what else you are doing.
Well,
Beatrice Kemei has come here. She says she had stepped out to respond to a biological emergency. And she's requested that we reinstate her statement. So go ahead and respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Kamket, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to joyride on that statement. Before the chairman responds, I wanted to add something little. Mr. Speaker, one of the most shameful...
On which statement?
On the statement by the member for Bura.
We have already gone past that.
No, not yet. He has already responded. He already responded. I wanted to just add something.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was saying, Mr. Speaker, that one of the most shameful acts for a member of parliament is to come and to pretend to give a response on behalf of the police to this house. Mr. Speaker, I think we have to find a way to avoid a member of parliament, whether he's chairman for security or whatever committee, to give a response on behalf of the police. Because we know, Mr. Speaker, there is so much that this member does not know. And when we're talking about security matters, we're talking about, most of the time, we're talking about loss of life. I have a case in mind, Mr. Speaker, of my constituency, where somebody was picked from Ginyang Market by police and has never been seen up to date. We've chosen not to ask because there is little you can get from the police. So when I hear the chairman here trying to give a response on behalf of the police, I feel for him. Because I believe that even what he's reading, he does not believe in it. He doesn't even have the facts.
You are not a spokesman, are you?
No, but Mr. Speaker, it is obvious that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. It is obvious, Mr. Speaker. So I think, Mr. Speaker,
be fair to your colleague. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't want to be unfair to him, but I'm trying to paint a problem, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable,
that is very real in the country.
Member for Tiati.
Yes, sir.
We have given you an opportunity as member. Take your seat. You elect to file a question to the committee. The chairman of the committee or the chairperson of the committee will bring you an answer, however competent or incompetent. We have also given you an election to file questions for ministers to come and answer here, for you to grill them. The Minister for Security will be here next Wednesday. So it's entirely up to you and those who think like you to choose where to file your questions. Yes, Kamket.
Mr. Speaker, I want to add that even the Minister for Security is a civilian. Sometimes the statements he brings to this house, he is given stories that stories are AJAABU.
Order, Honorable Kamket.
I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, this is the reality.
Are you telling the House that you want the IG and other policemen to come here and answer questions? And what standing order?
Mr. Speaker, we have other agencies who come to this house, even in committee. We have to find a way of having those officers directly to respond to issues, either in plenary or in committee. Mr. Speaker, because the stories we are told, the security stories we are told, a member of parliament is given stories that he is not able to substantiate. We are not able to ask him subsequent questions. And these are questions that concern the lives of Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, Kainan.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Kamket, having worked in Parliament under the old Constitution, remembers when we used to have the government question time and answer time, when questions will be filed on the floor of the House, and you deal with substantive office holders. I think what right now is trying to imagine is how do we get out this conflicted system, and I think that's what BBI wanted to do. That is what NATCO report attempts to do. It's the high time that we think out of the box and face this challenge, because it's a constitutional problem. It's not the Speaker's problem. It's not your problem. It's not the problem of the chair of the committee. It's because of the system that we have. So it is the high time that we as members of this House think out of the box and bring back the glory of this House, so that the real business of running government is transacted in this House by the elected representative of the people of Kenya. And that is parliamentary system, and that's what everybody is yearning for. So let's support that initiative to bring back power to this House through a parliamentary system.
Thank you. Before you respond to Kemei's request, Chairman, allow me to acknowledge in the Speaker's Gallery, Mumias Central Primary School from Mumias West, Kakamega. In the public gallery, we have Glorious Academy from Thika Town, Kiambu. Kapkwang School from Baringo, North Baringo. Kilel Stars Academy from Konoin, Bomet. Hoflo Junior Academy from Ainabkoi, Osingishu. And Chepseon Complex from Kipkelion East, Kericho. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Thank you. Tongoyo, go ahead and respond to Beatrice Kemei.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But Honorable Speaker, I don't want to belabor on what you have already ruled on. But Honorable Speaker, just allow me to respectfully also weigh on what my brother had said. Our current standing orders are very clear on who responds to statement, to questions on behalf of members. But again, it's not limited to even the IG and the police officers appearing before the committees. And by then we can have a session of interrogating issues that we need more deeper interrogation. So maybe, Honorable Speaker, the member may still have an opportunity, maybe through committee sessions. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of Honorable Kemei regarding the issue of the issue of gender-based violence, but maybe before, Honorable Speaker, just allow me, the Member of Parliament for Bura, you see, have just come to sit next to me. He's still having some issue on the response. And you remember we still have an unfinished business with the CS on appearance before the committee on several unresponded statements. And we'll probably consider having him appear if we get that opportunity.
Kemei?
Yes.
Then continue whispering to each other.
Yeah. So when he appears, you can still come before the committee. So on Kemei, she wanted to know regarding investigation into the escalating cases of gender-based violence in Kericho County. And I want to respond as well as Honorable Speaker, because I think she wanted the status of investigation into the reported femicide and GBV case in Kericho County, particularly the attack on Miss Mercy Chelagat and Miss Miriam Chelimo. And the report on the number of reported femicide cases between July, August, and April 2025. Honorable Speaker, Nicholas Koech reported at Jirimoni Police Station, VIDOB number 0621 of 2025 on the 20th April At around 9 hours, a reconciliation team arrived at his home from Lesirwa, Kipkelion village with intention to reconcile his daughter, Damaris, and her husband, Mr. David Kimtai. The two had a domestic dispute which had prompted Damaris to flee from her matrimonial home to her parents' home, David, who is the accused, and was accompanied by his kinsmen, Mr. Wilson Cheblagat and Pastor Samuel Mutai, while Nicholas was accompanied by his brother, Thomas Kibet Koech, and his son, Gilbert Cheboy. After the deliberation at around 15 hours, Damaris was invited to give her submission, and she declined to accompany her husband back to their matrimonial home. And Range David pulled out a knife from his jacket and stabbed her severally on the stomach. The accused also stabbed Gilbert on his abdomen after he attempted to restrain him. Their father, Nicholas, also sustained minor injuries, and neighbors who responded to the distress call subjected David to a mob injustice. All the injured persons, including the accused, were rushed to Kericho Referral Hospital. The accused was treated and discharged, while Damaris and her brother Gilbert were admitted and were later discharged. The investigating officers visited there and processed the scene, recovered a knife which was kept as an exhibit, and further recorded statement, while P3 forms were duly completed. And the accused was arrested on the 26th April and arraigned before Tamu law courts on grievous harm contrary to section 234 of the penal code. He pleaded not guilty on both counts. The court released him on a bond of Kenya shilling 200,000 or a cash bail of 50,000. The case was fixed for routine mention and hearing on the 26th May this year and June 23rd this year. The accused appeared before Tamu Law Court for a routine mention on the 26th of May. However, both complainant requested the presiding magistrate for the withdrawal of the case, having reconciled with the accused. The accused was subsequently acquitted and the case withdrawn under section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Code on both accounts. Honorable Speaker, Bavin Serem, a nominated MCA, reported at the Grimoni police station via a mobile phone that Mr. Meshak Odida Juma assaulted his wife, Ms. Miriam Chelimo, on the night of the 2nd April this year at a Gate Point bar within Chirimo Trading Center following a domestic dispute on the 3rd April. The suspect took the victim to Jaramogi Oginga Referral Hospital for treatment, and unfortunately she succumbed to the injuries on the following day. Subsequently, police officers from the Kipkelion police station arrested Meshak Odida and booked him via OB 12-14-0425. Upon interrogation, he admitted that he had not reported the incident to the police, stating the funeral arrangements were already underway for a burial schedule on the 16th April, and our parents' home in Cheshgot, Kunyak, within the Kipkelion sub-county. The suspect was presented before Kericho Law Court on the 15th April for custodial orders and was later arraigned for plea taking on the 23rd. Honorable Speaker, on the report of the number of reported femicide and GBV cases between the month of July and April this year, are stated as follows. On the number of the femicide, there were two cases reported, all pending before court. The rape cases were 9, 7 cases pending before the court. Gang rape cases were 3, all pending before the court. Sexual assaults are 2, all pending before the court. Defilement were 77. All cases, this is very alarming, cases are pending before the court. Attempted defilement are 2, accused convicted. Grievous harm are 3, all pending before the court. Honorable Speaker, all reported cases of femicide and gender-based violence in Kericho County has been thoroughly investigated, with several cases currently pending before the competent court of law, while others have already been concluded. The government remains fully committed to upholding the rule of law and ensuring the timely, impartial prosecution of all reported cases. Effort continues to be directed toward eliminating procedural delays, protecting the right of survivors, and holding perpetrators accountable through a victim-centered, right-based approach. And limited arrest, Honorable Speaker, prosecution in Kericho cases is subjected to the low level of community sensitization, which has resulted in the victim being prosecuted by members, pressurized by the members of the public to resolve cases privately with their perpetrators. The limited cooperation from the members of the public in assisting the police to trace, apprehend suspect, many of whom go into hiding after committing the crime. Survivors of the GBV often face societal stigma and are blamed for their victimization, which deter the victims and the families from reporting the victims. I submit, Honorable Speaker, signed by the CS Interior, Honorable Kipchumar Murkomen. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Beatrice Kemei.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and especially the fact that you considered my request, having stepped out to make sure that I'm comfortable to listen to the chairman. Yes. And Honorable Speaker, he has actually brought this and result or from the CS. But Honorable Speaker, it is actually unfortunate that cases are alarming and rising.
They are definitely alarming for a small count like Kericho.
Yes. Now, Honorable Speaker, I expected, even having come up with reasons why this slow rate of prosecution and arrest, I expected to get the possible solutions from the CS. Having said this, I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, that this campaign by the women leaders against SGPV has actually yielded some small result. But I want to plead with our male counterparts to support us. If we don't get support from our male counterparts, we will not go far. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish you can say something out of that whenever we are in any function, because SGPV is not for women only. It affects everybody else, but the most affected are women, Honorable Speaker. So for these cases of Kericho, they are alarming and rising every day. And Honorable Speaker, I also want to add that court cases take very long, and that is why, and some of them decide to withdraw and even to reconcile, and some are forced for reconciliation. So, Honorable Speaker, I ask that all the stakeholders come together to make sure that these cases go down. And it is not only in Kericho, across the country. And you'll realize that social and economic factors are affected, or economic factors and political are affected by these social cases. So, Honorable Speaker, I ask that we go further than that. So for Chair, please get more results. How can we get possible solutions for this? It is not satisfactory, Honorable Speaker, and especially this lady who died, and then the husband did not even report, saying that I'm only planning for the funeral. So I am not happy, and every day they are asking, what do legislators say about these cases? So it is from here that we can speak for our people, and especially the poor. They have nothing to do. And Honorable Speaker, yesterday, while and Madam Speaker was holding brief for you, the case of the village elder was actually, the statement was answered. But Honorable Speaker, the issue that we have is that even families are not informed of where the case has reached. So I believe that the chair should go more further for that case. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Wamuchomba, you want to joyride on that? Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to take the cue from my sister, the Honorable County Woman MP for Kericho County. Honorable Speaker, this morning I attended a conference for all the CSOs and human rights organizations that are based in Nairobi, a network for human rights organization. And Kericho County was actually flagged in the report that was exposed in that forum. There was a baseline research that was done, and Kericho County is alarmingly showing us very negative numbers. So even as the honorable member says that she's not satisfied with the response, I support her. Honorable Speaker, it's barely 2 years since we saw bodies of women mutilated being retrieved from a quarry in Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, you bear me witness, and the members in this house can bear me witness, that that case has never been resolved. The suspect suddenly escaped from a police cell, and nobody has ever come out to tell us what happened. How many bodies were left in there? How many bodies were retrieved? Who are they? Whose daughters? Whose sisters? Whose wives were they? So, Mr. Speaker, this issue of gender-based violence, femicide, and sexual assault is becoming very serious. Where I come from in Githunguri, Mr. Speaker, we have a new phenomenon of people who are coming in employed as workers, gardeners, shaba boys, and they are accosting elderly women, raping them, killing them, their own employers. And these are people, when you go to the police to follow the case, some of them have not even IDs. We don't know where they are coming from. Which country are they from? Mr. Speaker, I rise up as a woman supporting my sister from Kericho, asking you, Honorable Speaker, even as Mr. President support women of this house through the GBV budget that he gave us, it is not enough. We request you, Mr. Speaker, to lobby the men in this house, you as a father, you as a husband, Mr. Speaker, I beseech you. We need to see more than what we are seeing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kasheri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. While we appreciate the gains that we have made in regards to women participation in society and their safety, we still have so much to be done, because we must approach these with a multi-agency approach. Honorable Speaker, the judiciary has launched an initiative to decentralize SGBV courts, but they require funding from this house to ensure that in every magistrate's court station, there is an SGBV court that specifically deals with those matters, so that we can expedite such matters. When it comes to the DPP, Honorable Speaker, the investigative agency, the delays in court, and I speak this as an advocate of the High Court who has practiced and handled these matters continually, are mostly from a lack of supply of evidence that the prosecution intends to rely upon. So every court mention, there is a further adjournment because the DPP's office is unable to supply the evidence as per the requirements of the law. Honorable Speaker, the arresting agency, the NPS, the National Police Service, is also culpable of laxity. Sometimes women have complained to us as leaders that they have reported a matter, but police officers have dismissed those claims or claim that, your dress was too short, you must have insulted, you must have said something that was demeaning to the man or to the offending person. And these are things that we cannot, as a society, keep quiet about any longer. If we have only one single approach, Honorable Speaker, we will keep having these conversations, we will keep having delayed case matters, but if we have a multi-agency approach, involve the gender ministry, involve NGOs, involve the religious communities in Kenya, I am certain that we will mitigate such occurrences. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maisula.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I just rise to support the woman rep of Kericho, and thank you for bringing this statement. The issues are not specific to Kericho County. They cut across the 47 counties in our country. And Mr. Speaker, just as my colleague has said, we cannot fight the issues of GBV, defilement, rape, using one approach. We all have to come together. Recently, His Excellency the President supported all the women through KEWOPA to go and do sensitization in our counties, in our constituencies, so that this is a conversation that is happening down at the grassroots levels, Mr. Speaker, and we're grateful about that. But then, as the conversations go on, there has to be tangible results as a country. And I've always said this, one life has to matter. We don't have to wait until 10, 20 bodies are found in a quarry. When one woman, when one man, when one person, when one child, and it doesn't matter from what part of this country, Mr. Speaker, is defiled, is killed. And you can imagine, these are people who have died not because they are sick, not because of any other natural calamity, but it is another individual who has taken the life of another person, Mr. Speaker. This is something that as a country we must take very seriously. And it starts even from the family level, Mr. Speaker. And I'm very happy with some, because you know in societal, social issues, people don't like also talking or speaking out. What we have realized is that the people who defile, the people who rape, the people who kill are people well known to the victims, Mr. Speaker. It is their uncles, it is their brothers, it is the partners of their mothers. And there's this thing in the society where a partner, I have a case in Samburu right now, where we have a person who was a partner to the mother of the child, now raped the child. And we have Kenyans now, some people saying, what was that partner doing with that? It doesn't matter what relationship that man had with the mother.
Children are not raped, they are defiled.
Defiled, sorry. Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So it doesn't matter the relationship that guy had with the mother. He had no business defiling that child, Mr. Speaker. And so, and when the child went to the police station, one of the police officers said, but you look like you're a grown-up. You know, just because the girl is built, is big in body. So, Mr. Speaker, it starts from there. The DPP actually closed the file. In my constituency, closed the file before the case continued. So it is a collective responsibility. Until we jail, until we make sure that people are accountable, Mr. Speaker, this issue will not end. And I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. It is degenerating into a debate. Haika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Briefly, I want to mention and begin by supporting my sister from Kericho, Women Rep, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this issue needs to be supported entirely. We need to have a support system to support the whole process dealing with matters GBV. Because as most of our women leaders and women reps, we are trying to put up some rescue centers, some safe spaces, houses for such kind of cases, Mr. Speaker, because some of these cases, we lose them in these courts because of lack of evidence, or sometimes, you know, the people who are defiled or any other type of GBV, they are, you know, there are times they are threatened, and because they don't have a safe space where they can be kept or the evidence can be hidden for them to go and approve the courts. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to take this matter very seriously, and maybe when it comes to funding, we need to secure some funds, especially when it comes to building the safe spaces or the rescue centers to be able to support such kind of cases. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Owen.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support my sister Beatrice Kimei and the other honorable members, the women that have spoken about this matter. Honorable Speaker, when a society, when the big issue that society wants to deal with is rape, defilement, and all that, Honorable Speaker, the society is degenerating and not moving forward. As a civilized society, Honorable Speaker, and I want to speak to men in this country, we need to dignify ourselves and take a position that we must protect the ladies and the women and the children in this country, other than going out there to do the things that are unprintable, that are done to young women, to small children, and to women. Honorable Speaker, as a country, I think Kenya has moved very fast in terms of industrialization, in terms of development. We have made a big step, but one step we must make is to walk away from issues of rape and issues of defilement as a nation. And that's where we can stand among the League of Nations and say, yes, we are a country that can be respected. Honorable Speaker, and I want to ask the police and the prosecutors and the courts to take this matter serious and punish offenders severely to make sure that we do not only deter, but we say goodbye to these issues of rape and all that, so that we can put our resources in other things other than these rudimentary things of rape, defilement, and sex that is not permitted. Honorable Speaker, I support the statement. Thank you.
Yes, Zamzam.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi niweze kuweza kutulia pona dadangu alivyozungumza wa Kericho. Mheshimiwa Spika, hizi cases za defilement, za ulawiti wa watoto, wa mama kupigwa zimekuwa nyingi sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Juzi na jana Mombasa County tumeuliwa msichana mdogo anaitwa Mebakari, alifanywa vibaya akaja akabebwa maiti yake akatupwa kando hospitali. Mpaka wa leo hatujapata uhakika wa jambo hili, na yule mwanamke tayari mtoto wa kike ashazikwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi ningependa kusema hivi, koti zetu zinatuangusha, hasa hawa maprosecutor wanatuangusha sana, na lazima waweze kutilia maanani kuwa hizi cases za wanyonge wao zitakuja kuwalemea hata mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Mheshimiwa Spika, unapata mtoto mdogo amefanywa vibaya, mama akienda naye pale anaanza kuulizwa maswali ya kijingajinga Mheshimiwa Spika, anaweza kumdharaulisha mbele ya watu Mheshimiwa Spika. Na mimi nataka nimwambie Chief Justice, kule mashinani cases ni nyingi, watu wanatoka mbali, anaambiwa nenda ukirudi kama kilomita 3 kutoka Mwakirunge kuja kotini, mpaka sasa ule ushahidi Mheshimiwa Spika unakuja unapotezwa. Mimi naomba tu atuongezee hawa magistrate wa kufanya hizi cases, aongeze katika haya makoti yetu, na tuwe na safe space kama Mombasa. Mimi niko najenga ile GBV center ambayo nitaweka pale ndani, lakini naomba pia na judge naye atupe wale magistrates ambao watatusaidia hizi cases ziweze kwenda kwa haraka Mheshimiwa Spika. Hawa utapata tu kule kotini wao wanaangalia mambo ya hongo. Mtu ambaye yuko innocent utapata anasumbuliwa pale kotini anazungushwa, lakini kesi kama hii unakuja unaambiwa walikuja wakaelewana. Kama juzi jana nimeona kwa mtandao Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna mwanamke ameweka OB5 ameziweka kwenye mtandao, kila siku ana report, akipigwa na report 5, lakini polisi hawajachukua hatua yoyote. Wanangoja yule mwanamke afe, alafu sasa ndio sisi tuanze kutoka. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naomba polisi wetu wakiletewa hizi cases wazichukulie na uzito, kwa sababu maisha ya mtu yuko hatarini. Na wanaume katika nchi hii, wanawake wako wengi sana. Acheni kudefile watoto wadogo. Hakuna kitu kizuri kwa mtoto mdogo miaka 2 miezi 8 unapata mwanaume ameenda kufanyia mtoto mambo mabaya. Jamani, wanawake wako wengi, ongea nao vizuri, ukae naye kule kando, fanya mambo yake. Lakini kwa mtoto mdogo unaenda kutafuta kitu gani Mheshimiwa Spika? Hii ni aibu. Na mimi nilisema Mheshimiwa Spika, afadhali sasa tupitishe katika bunge hili, mwanaume yeyote ambaye atapatikana na lawiti mtoto akatwe mkongojo wake. Hivyo tu Mheshimiwa Spika, asante sana.
I am very sympathetic to that, what you have suggested. Those are not men, they are beasts. Yes, Kisairo.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to support our colleague member on the issue she has raised. Honorable Speaker, as I was driving here, actually that was the discussion going on in our vernacular radio station, Egesa, on the increased cases of child defilement. I think the Gusii region is also becoming quite rampant in this topic, and would like to talk to the men out there. Actually, I don't think anyone defiling a child should be considered to be a man.
He's a beast.
Because a man knows how to look for a woman. Anything short of that, you are a beast. Honorable Speaker, before I became a member of Parliament in 2020 in the month of May, I decided for 1 month, month of May 2020, to visit any child who was being born in my constituency. And in the process, I was actually taking statistics. I visited 565 newborns in that month. Sadly, Honorable Speaker, 175 of those children were born by children. To make it the matter worse, Honorable Speaker, none of those 175 were fathered by another child. They were fathered by adults. To make the situation worse,
the protection level by our own families is what makes the situation more dire. That once the case is caught, people run to the parents of the child with little coins and shut up the family. Hence, you find some of these cases, the statistics you've had there on the cases in court, how many are not in court? Because they've been silenced and the families have been compromised. We need to urge that parents, when your child has been defiled, there should be no sympathy. There should be no discussions that this is a family member. Let us keep it under wraps. Let us not embarrass the family. Let the person be prosecuted. Let them be jailed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You are very right, Gisairo. Members, I once, a few years ago, visited a postnatal clinic in my county. On the queue were about 24 mothers with children. Out of the 24, only one was above 18, and the youngest was 12, a child with a child. I think I agree that this matter must be taken very seriously, and lawyers like Kaluma will tell you, when a person has committed a felony like defilement, there is nothing like a complainant withdrawing the complaint. Carolo Mondi, you know that. Where there's a felony, the complainant is the state, and nobody can withdraw a complaint. And I agree that as a house, you should tighten the punishment to these beasts, including but not limited to what one member, Mama Zamzam, suggested. I think, Tongo, you've had this. You should probably, the leader of majority, inform the various agencies, the DPP, the DCI, Interior, the Judiciary. You know, it's a tap on the wrist. A person has defiled a child, goes to court and is given a free bond or a cash bail of 500 shillings. It is not on. I think as a house you should speak in unison and protect families. Yes, Caroline?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. There's just a little element that is bothering me that maybe if I raised, I could get some contributions from the members. When underage children have relationships and the girl gets pregnant and both are underage, it is normally the boy who then gets charged. And the boy is also underage, because that is what the law provides. They are all minors. There's quite a challenge here, I think. Yes, I don't know how we should deal with it, because we are dealing with people who are not adults, but where one bears the brunt of a relationship when a pregnancy arises.
But Carol, statistics show that those are very nominal cases. Most of these girls are impregnated by very senior, mature people. We have had a school in Bungoma, in Mount Elgon, where out of 47 children in one class, standard 8, more than 40 were impregnated. That is not with the fellow students. It is many men. I have said it before. If you as a man has a liking for girls in uniform, buy uniform to your wife and admire her every time she wears uniform, and leave our children alone. Yes, Mbayu.
Asanteni Mheshimiwa Spika, nasimama kuunga mkono hoja iliyoletwa na dadangu Beatrice Kemei, akiwa ndiye women wa pekee ndani ya Kenya aliyechaguliwa bila kupingwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, hoja hii imenigusa Mheshimiwa Spika, nikiwa pale Kilifi. Hii shida ni kubwa zaidi nafikiri kushinda kote. Kuna visa pale Mheshimiwa Spika, tulipoweka mkutano kuhamasisha dhulma za kijinsia, kuna visa tofauti pale vitokelezea, wa baba wanapigwa na kwa ule mkutano wangu walijitokelezea wakasema, lakini haya ya mauaji, the femicide part, iko sana pale kwetu na ni visa vya kusikitisha. Tukaeleza kisa kimoja cha msichana aliyeitwa Kabeyu, jina karibu na yangu. Alitoka kazi, akanunua mboga, akatekwa nyara na tuktuk tu. Wakaenda wakafanya walivyofanya, wakamuua, wakaenda kumtupa karibu na kwao. Visa vya kusikitisha, Mheshimiwa Spika. Wababa, watu wazima wanaitwa mababa sukari hawa. Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika wakati saizi watoto wadogo wanadhulumika. Watoto miaka
hao si baba sukari, hao ni baba sumu.
Zamani walikuwa wanaitwa baba sukari, sasa ni baba sumu. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, watoto wadogo, kuna itikadi nyingine kutoka kwa jamii fulani ati wakitumia hao watoto wadogo, wakidhulumu watoto wadogo, wanatoa virusi vya ukimwi, ambao ni uongo. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna hiyo itikadi, wanatumia vitu ambavyo havistahili. Wamama wengi wanadhulumika, watoto wengi. Na la kusikitisha, Mheshimiwa Spika, kesi hizi hata zikifika kwa police desk zinakuwa compromised. Visa ambavyo vimetoka kwa watu wa jamii, baba, mjomba, kaka mkubwa, wanaona aibu. Familia wanaambiwa waende wazungumze hizo vitu nyumbani, ni watoto wamedhulumika. Imefikia wakati, Mheshimiwa Spika, tuweze kufanya maamuzi ndani ya nyumba hii. Nikikueleza zile visa ambazo zimetokea pale Kilifi North, pale kunaitwa Kiwandani. Mheshimiwa Owen yuko hapa, ni visa vingi, tunaweza kuhesabu moja baada ya nyingine. Ni masikitiko makubwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika kama kuna adhabu ya kotini. Hatutaki hizi kesi zizungumzwe nyumbani, zifike kotini na hukumu itolewe. Na hatutaki hukumu mtu atoe 500 atolewe beli sijui bond. Vile kuna kifungo cha maisha. Vile kuna kifungo cha kuteswa, kwa hanged. Tunataka hawa wanaohusika, vijana. Visa hivi viko mpaka makanisani. Mheshimiwa Spika, sina aibu, mimi ni Mkatoliki, lakini visa hivi viko katika makanisa yetu. Mafadha wanarepu watoto, viko mpaka msikitini. Visa hivi viko katika taarifa zote. Sina aibu kusema hivyo. Tuwatetea hawa watoto wadogo, wa mama ambao wanapitia hizi dhulma. Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika bunge hili tuweze kutengeneza policy kwa kisa hiki kipata mtu apelekwe kotini, na hii aliyosema dadangu Zamzam iwekwe hadharani. Mtu afungwe kabisa juu ya mti pale, akatwe zile sehemu zake, watu wengine wafanye hivi, visa vitaacha. Iwe mfano tu, kila koti hukumu ikitolewa wakatiliwe mbali kabisa hivi vifaa wanazitumia ovyo kwa watoto wadogo, na vitaacha. Wengine wakiona, wababa washindwe katika jina la Yesu, wanatumia watoto wadogo. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Let's end there and go to something else. I think message is made. Yes, Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I know, Honorable Speaker, this has gone really into a big debate. And of course, as well understood. Honorable Speaker, I think that we should not end this one here. Because looking, Honorable Speaker, into these figures, it is really a cause of concern. In less than actually 10 months, put together all these numbers, there are more than 100. And maybe this is just Kericho, it could be replicated in the rest of the counties. Honorable Speaker, as much as I know there is other government intervention and to try to look into the curbing this menace, including the tax force, I know there was a one-off, some money, almost 1 billion given to our colleagues to carry sensitization, which I know maybe we need to probably give more so that the sensitization goes on. Maybe, Honorable Speaker, I will suggest that so that we go beyond rhetoric and debates here, if we consider creating maybe a caucus in Parliament made up of women, I mean both our colleagues, members of Parliament from women and men, so that we see how we can ventilate and discuss this one more deeper ways and look whether we can look interventions. And of course, even now I know even the training of Ngawa officers to include even the village elders, now that we have a village elders policy, so that, Honorable Speaker, we see how we can really look intervention into this. It is really becoming so much alarming, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Who has a point of order? Kaluma. Yes, Peter.
Honorable Speaker, I tried to catch your attention while Honorable Mbei was speaking. Honorable Speaker, the matter we are discussing is a very serious matter. And we are talking of criminals defiling and engaging in gender-based violence. But Honorable Speaker, Honorable Mbei has made a statement which is taking this thing from criminals, whoever they are, to blaming Catholic priests without evidence. And Honorable Speaker, I wanted to request that be excited and expunged from the answer. Whether you are a priest or whoever, if you do this, you are not doing it because you are a priest, you are a criminal.
Yes.
It cannot be deflected to the religion in which we are. Yes. And fathers who commit and devote the whole of their lives in service of faith.
Thank you, Kaluma. I agree. Religion has nothing to do with it. We expunge all references to religion. Criminals are criminals regardless of their religion. Yes, Emasa, I had crossed this river.
Honorable Speaker, you know this is a very serious issue. I just wanted to give some, to put an input to the chair that the support that we were given as women for advocacy against GBV is not sufficient. And furthermore, it's only given to women MPs and county women MPs. But what is happening in counties and constituencies where we do not have women as elected leaders? There is no advocacy. There is nobody talking about anti-GBV. So, if we are to get more support, let's get enough support so that even our men counterparts, colleagues, get money and help us in advocacy in constituencies and counties where we do not have women MPs.
Thank you. Let's go to the response to Joseph Munyoro. Yes, Konzrai.
Taking your guidance, because yesterday the chairman Interior had promised to give me a preliminary statement
about the disappearance of someone.
The abduction of Karisa Charo Mai.
Yes.
On 16th of July 2024.
Are you ready, Chairman?
Unfortunately, no, Honorable Speaker, I had promised so, but unfortunately the CS, he was out of town yesterday, and I reached out and he says that we give him a
Honorable Samuel Gonzrai.
Yes.
The CS will be answering questions here on Wednesday, so prepare your arsenal for Wednesday.
And again, Mr. Speaker, I think I came to your office because I was seeking also guidance. There was a distress call regarding one who is in Saudi Arabia, Riziki Luvuno, who was actually raised some concern on April 24th, and I raised the question in June. To date, the select committee on diaspora has not actually responded to this question.
Aika?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, but that question was not brought to the committee. I have not seen it yet.
You requested a statement?
Yes.
To the diaspora committee?
Yes.
Aika, you check with the table office and respond to that on Tuesday afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Joseph Munyoro, Blue Economy, Kangoko Bowen, are you ready?
Munyoro is in. I don't.
Yes, Bowen?
Oh, yes.
Munyoro is here.
Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the 11th of June 2025, the Honorable Joseph Munyoro requested for a statement about the exclusion of Muranga South Water and Sanitation Company, MUWASCO, from the recent downward tariff review by WASREP, despite having the highest rates in the region. And number two, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member is also seeking the immediate measures being taken by the WASREP to review the MUWASCO water tariffs to ensure fairness and queen in the service provision across the Murang'a County. Honorable Speaker, The Water Services Regulatory Board is established under the Water Act 2016 with the principal object to protect the interest and rights of consumers in the provision of water services. WASREB undertakes this through, among others, evaluating and recommending water and sewerage tariffs to all water service providers and providing the imposition of such tariffs in line with the consumer protection standards, and I therefore wish to respond as follows. Mr. Speaker, the WASREB decision to exclude MWASCO from the May 2025 tariff review cycle stems from a regulatory and operational complexities in line with the legal provisions, which is number one, the jurisdictional dispute. Mr. Speaker, on 24th February 2025, the Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company, that is MWASCO, submitted a formal request to WASREB to expand its services areas to include the parts of MWASCO's jurisdictions, which is Murang'a Town, Nginda, and the Ichakaki wards. MWASCO formally objected to this variation via letters on 28 February 2025, that is a reference number MWASCO / the county .cav/2/47 and MWASCO / WASREB / 4/24, citing unresolved issues including the human resource realignment, asset liability sharing, consumer connection transitions, and tariff harmonization implication. Section 98(1) of the Water Act 2016 mandates the service area variation require the explicit consent of all the affected licenses. In this regard, the WASREB has not received a MWASCO consent and retains the formal memorandum of objection, thus preventing any unilateral alteration of service areas. Furthermore, Honorable Speaker, Section 851 of the Water Act 2016 stipulates that water services must only be provided under the license issued by WASREB, emphasizing the importance of a clear jurisdiction boundaries for regulatory oversight. Honorable Speaker, MWASCO's current tariff is at 107 per unit, approved by the WASREB in 2023, remains valid until June 30th, 2026. This tariff was determined after a rigorous assessment aligning with WASREB's tariff setting guidelines, which ensures affordability, that is, the tariff should not exceed 5% of household income, and sustainability, which is a full cost recovery to operations, maintenance, and necessary infrastructure investments. Regulatory procedures as guided by the Water Regulations 2015 and WASREB Tariffs Guideline 2024 permits a comprehensive tariff review only upon a formal tariff review application submitted by the water service provider 6 months before the expiry of the current tariff license, there being a deadline of 31st December 2025 for MWASCO to submit a tariff application review. On question number 2, Honorable Speaker, which is the immediate measures being taken by the WASREB to review the MWASCO water tariff to ensure fairness in service provision across Murang'a County. Honorable Speaker, the WASREB is actively facilitating the resolution of the jurisdiction impasse through the following multi-pronged approach measures anchored in law and sector-based practices. To begin with, the WASREB has acted the Murang'a County government to expedite the boundary demarcation process. The process is essential in resolving the jurisdiction overlap between the MWASCO and the MWASCO, and must be undertaken with a full public participation as required by Article 10 of our Constitution and Section 139 of the Water Act 2016, which mandates the stakeholder consultation for significant service and tariff adjustment. Following the conclusion of this demarcation, a multi-sector consultative meeting will be convened to deliberate on the proposed service area variations and the association tariff applications. This forum will bring together the Ministry of Water and Sanitation and Irrigation, the WARSEV, the ATHI and the Tana Water Works Development Agencies, the county government of Murang'a, both the water service providers, that is MUWASCO and MUSWASCO. Honorable Speaker, those are the affected, and also the affected communities. Honorable Speaker, the WARSEV also providing the technical assistance, both utilities to support the preparation of their tariff renewal application in full compliance with the WARSEV tariff guidelines 2024. In interim, Honorable Speaker, the WARSEV continues to monitor the MUWASCO's operations to ensure adherence to the affordability, sustainability principles that underpin the current approved tariff. And it is important to clarify, Honorable Speaker, that the MUWASCO's exclusion from the recent tariff review process is procedural necessity, not an act of regulatory biasness. The utility existing tariff is at Kenya shillings 107 per cubic meter remains valid and compliant with the Water Act of 2016 and prevailing tariff guidelines. This tariff will remain in force until the review is triggered by a joint application following a jurisdiction clarity. The WARSEV commits prioritizing this review as soon as these conditions are met. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, for this context, the tariff structures across Kenya are designed to reflect the unique operational realities of each water service provider, including infrastructure investment requirements, service coverage, and the cost recovery needs. Currently, the highest approved tariff for the lifeline consumption, that is block 1 to 6 cubic meters, is Kenya shillings 300 per cubic meter, while the national coverage tariff for 2022-2025 regulatory period standard is at Kenya shillings 115 per cubic. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I submit, signed by Engineer Eric Mureithi Muka, the Cabinet Secretary for Water.
Yeah, let me interrupt the proceedings to welcome and visiting schools to the National Assembly. Honorable members, in the public gallery are pupils and students of SDA Kapkeringon Comprehensive School from Mosop constituency, Nandi County. They are welcome to the National Assembly to observe proceedings. Is Honorable Joseph Munyoro satisfied with the response?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm not satisfied. And Honorable Speaker, I would like to know what happens when a question is not answered. Do I resubmit the statement, or do they invite the water service provider so that we can have a discussion? Because I think they completely misunderstood. One of the reasons I'm saying this is simple. I asked what the basis for Murang'a South Water and Sanitation Company, whose tariffs were not reviewed, as they reviewed all tariffs of all water providers in Murang'a County. The reason, one of the reasons, because I think it's not even a reason, it's an excuse, they are saying that Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company, that one provides water in Kiharu region, apparently submitted a formal request to expand their services to Muswasco's territory, whose request Muswasco refused. And based on that, they refused to review tariffs of Muswasco, who is not the offending party. So, Honorable Speaker, I was not asking the question after the dispute was resolved. I was asking the question with the current status quo, that already Muswasco have a jurisdiction. They provide services to residents of Kigumo constituency, Kadara constituency, and parts of Maragua. Why were their tariffs not reviewed without the issue of the dispute? And Honorable Speaker, if we were to wait for the tariff of the dispute to be refused, what happens if it's never sorted? Do they continue suffering? And why are we punishing innocent people? Because residents are not part of the dispute. The dispute is among companies, water service providers.
I've carried for very long.
Two,
I don't know when you are.
they claim that the tariff was determined after rigorous assessment. And I'm wondering whether other tariffs were not. Or if the fact that it was a rigorous assessment, then it's too much work to do the same so that they can review the tariff. And I really need your guidance here because the issue of immediate measures being taken for them to review, again, they've just taken the dispute and started their explanation with, to begin with, WASREB has urged the Murang'a County government. I mean, Honorable Chair and Honorable Speaker, sorry, you need to let me have a session with this WASREB, because we just need to know when you ask measures you are taking, you start with number one, I'm doing this, number two, or it's not possible. So, Honorable Speaker, I take great exception to this answer that is half-baked, and I know it's not the chair's fault, but it's WASREB trying to take us for granted. They are discriminating against our people, and it's totally unfair. We are residents, and Kegumo constituency is in the middle of Murang'a County. So you have one neighbor paying 60 shillings for their water, and we are paying 107 shillings. And when we ask that question, we are being told of a dispute. I don't think my question has been handled, and I would like your guidance on whether I need to resubmit or whether they need to be called so that we have a session with them. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The departmental committee chair, are you able to seal those information gaps, or we direct a different approach to dealing with the issue?
The Honorable Speaker, I understand what the Honorable Member is saying, but given what the answers by the CS, you know, the CS is only giving that the reason why the tariffs were not reviewed is because of the jurisdiction dispute. Honorable Speaker, I want to assure the Honorable Member and also assure you, Honorable Speaker, that I can as well take up this matter, invite the Cabinet Secretary together with the WASREB and to appear before us, and I can invite also the Honorable Member so that we can resolve this issue. Because it is not possible, Honorable Speaker, that, you know, there are some people who are paying over 150 shillings and others are paying 107. So, Honorable Speaker, I undertake to take it further to get proper answers.
Honorable Munyoro, that would be a good way to deal with it in better detail with the relevant officers present.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll be waiting to get that.
When do you want to get those members of the executive for a sitting with the committee members and the Honorable Munyoro?
Mr. Speaker, probably after this, will walk to clerk's office to write straight to the PS, and let me say in 2 weeks' time, probably, because I may not know the schedule of the PS, but within 2 weeks' time, Mr. Speaker, I should...
so schedule that meeting, invite the relevant members of the executive, and ensure the Honorable Joseph Munyoro is in attendance, so that the matter can be addressed in a more conclusive way.
Thank you, Mr.
Honorable, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm well guided. Number two, Honorable Speaker, yesterday, the Honorable Kainan, I think through the letter of majority, asked the Speaker that there is a question, and indeed, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Kainan asked a question, or I requested for a statement on 9th of April about water and sewerage in Wajir County.
Do I hear you to be saying
and Mr.
you have the response?
No, I tabled the response, Mr. Speaker, because following the guidance of the Speaker that when a member asks for a statement and it is listed in the order paper, and when the member is not in at that time, Honorable Speaker, we table the answers. And I tabled the answer or the response by the Honorable Kainan, Honorable Speaker, and it's on an answer on 29th of May 2025.
Good. Your responsibility is discharged. Honorable members, let me again recognize an institution sitting in the Speaker's Gallery on a visit to the National Assembly. This is Simat Comprehensive School from Kapseret constituency in the great Uasin Gishu County. On my own behalf and on behalf of the Speaker of the National Assembly and the House, you are welcome to the National Assembly to observe the proceedings. This is where we make laws for the country. This is where we oversight the national government, and this is the house from which all Kenyans are represented. May you continue with your learning sessions. Welcome. I wanted us to go to the next issue. Yes, give Honorable Makali Mulu the mic.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. I just wanted to share experience on this matter which you have just directed. I was once in that situation where I was not happy with the response from the chair of our committee. And the way you have proposed, Honorable Kagogo, is the way to go. That's why we are going for. Where you summon the PS and the concerned parastatal